See, the fish is all going white, the noodles are softening. Smells lovely, doesn't it, Nat?
Smells great.
Pan's just starting to heat up a bit now. Won't take long, so I'm actually cooking fish and eggs this morning. Okay guys, welcome back. We're just about to start preparing this meal I was talking about earlier on. It's something I've sort of invented, I suppose you'd say. I call it chicken noodles fish. You might all think that's a bit funny, but I've had a few guinea pigs try it and they reckon it's all right. So all I've got here is half a kilo of fish. This is nanny guy, it doesn't have to be nanny guy. I've got some sweet potato and carrots cut up quite small so they don't take too long to cook. And then I've got some beans and peas sliced up here in a similar fashion. So the secret is when you put them into the water. So obviously the sweet potato and the carrot will have to go in first, sort of start to soften that a bit. Then we'll put the beans and peas in. And the most essential ingredient are 2-minute chicken noodles, believe it or not. And the most important thing to do with these are mash them up without busting the bag, which I have done, like so. And we'll get the little satchels of seasoning out of there before we tip them in. So what I'm going to do is get some hot water, get the carrots and the sweet potato started, and then I'll tune back in then once that's nearly boiled, and we'll add the other ingredients and show you how to do that. So I'll be back in a second, guys. Righto, we're back, guys. Got the sweet potato and the carrots just starting to soften, so I'm going to stick the greens in now. They're not the normal greens I normally use, but just some peas, beans and some celery chopped up. So at this stage it's all about just cooking the vegetables in an order, still trying to keep them a bit firm but just soften them, a bit like a Chinese vegetable, I guess, where they soften them a bit, but we're boiling them. I'll just stick that lid back on for a second. Normally I'd put the fish in now as well, but I want to cook those greens because they're not, like I said, they're not the frozen ones I normally use. So I'll give them a couple of minutes to soften, and then I'll place the fish in, and then the noodles. When you do stick the noodles in, you may have to add a bit of extra water because they tend to soak up the water a little bit. And last but not least, secret herbs and spices out of the noodles packet. I'm getting some funny looks from Nat behind the camera here. She's going to be the guinea pig today, or tonight. I cooked this up a couple of weeks ago for my son-in-law, who was quite skeptic of it all too, but he thought it was quite good, so I thought I'd prepare it tonight and yeah, just see what Nat thinks of it. Righto, I think those veggies are soft enough, so I'm going to put the fish in now. The only reason I got this sort of fish is because was what I've had at home. It's probably it'd be 6 months old. Not 6 months, 6 weeks old since I last fished, so I haven't really cooked it with any other fish. So it won't take long. It's sort of steaming it through, I guess. I'll just get that started and I'll put the noodles in because they won't take long. When I do stick the noodles in though, I'm probably going to have to add some water because the noodles will soak the water up. You just have to watch that the noodles don't stick to the bottom. They're going all right, so I'll stick the other packet in. It's quite a big meal, so it's definitely going to be plenty, too much actually for Nat and I. So we'll have a bit tomorrow because I'm sure she's going to like it. Righto, I'm I'm just going to have to get a bit of water there now, guys. All right, so I've just added a bit of water there because the noodles tend to soak up that water. You don't want to add too much, you don't want it runny, just moist enough so it still sort of steams everything and doesn't stick to the bottom. Now the most important ingredient, the seasoning out of the noodles packet. Put that in there, like so. Make sure we get it all, you need every bit of it. It's quite a large amount of food really. Sometimes it does probably lack a little bit of seasoning if I've got too many veggies. Give that another stir. I can see that the fish is cooking through really quickly now. The noodles are all softening. We get that other packet of seasoning in. Whoop. Spilled a bit of it there. Sort of have to do a few things at once so we don't, yeah, it doesn't stick, and the noodles and the fish cook all about the same time. That's looking pretty good there. It wouldn't need much. You see the noodles starting to soften, the fish is going white. Might be able to get that camera up a little closer there, Nat. Could you have a look in the, bit of a look inside there? See the fish is all going white, the noodles are softening. Smells lovely, doesn't it, Nat?
Smells great.
I don't know whether she's telling the truth or not, but we're going to find out. So you could turn that off and let it sit for a while and let things cook through a bit, but that's not too bad, I don't think. It's a very quick meal to do. I might just turn that off now. Might just set the lid on it for a little while. And that's pretty much it. Chicken noodles fish. We'll have a taste test very soon. Alright guys, I think it's ready to go, so I'm gonna dish a bit up for Nat, see what she thinks. I don't know how much to give you in case she doesn't like it.
That'll do.
Righto. Put the lid on that. We'll change roles here. Honest opinion.
I've eaten worse things.
Is that the best you got for me, Nat?
It reminds me of something you'd eat at 3 o'clock in the morning in a uni dorm.
Well, there you go, guys. What a review. Right, we're going to sign out. We are going to sign out and enjoy our lovely dinner. Cheers. Morning, everyone. A little bit late dialing in today. Just been sitting around the fire, drinking some coffees and having a chat. Yeah, probably a little bit negative, a little bit slack because the last day today. We're going to head home, pack up and get off the beach. Really enjoyed ourselves, well, enjoyed myself down here. Nat come down for the night, and yeah, we pretty much just caught up and had a bit of a chat about things. Yeah, just sitting around, but we're going to start dismantling the camp this morning. Not in a great hurry. The tide's it's still on its way in, so we won't get off the beach till about midday, 1 o'clock this afternoon. So we got hours of time to get everything packed up and onto the trailer, and probably about, you know, a good 20 minutes, half an hour drive, steady drive back to where we get off the beach and then home. So Morning all. I got home yesterday afternoon, and or Nat and I did. We didn't get too active with cleaning up. We sat down and had a coffee and a bit of a chat about a day and about the camping and so forth. She really enjoyed herself. She used to camp a fair bit. Yeah, a few years ago, but due to different things, you know, you sort of get tied up with other life things and don't always keep doing the things you love to do. When I was unpacking there yesterday, I realised I still had the whiting fillets in my fridge. But anyway, there wouldn't have been enough for breakfast yesterday morning anyway, so no point in cooking them up. So yeah, so I thought I'd do them this morning. Nothing real fancy. What I do, I just got a bit of breadcrumb and flour here. I might just turn this on to start with. Even bought a new frying pan to take down camping and didn't get the opportunity to use it, so I'll see what it's like this morning. So yeah, I've just got some breadcrumbs and a bit of flour. Doesn't matter whether it's self-raising or plain flour. Just a bit of a light coat there. I normally cook them skin down first. Try and get that, you know, it'll sort of cook through the fish a fair bit and then brown up that skin, crisp it up a little bit. So I'll get them started. So I intend to have fish and eggs, and that was the plan for Sunday morning too, but yeah, no point in trying to feed a couple for breakfast. So we pretty much just sat around the fire and drank more coffee and had a bit of a chat and just had a bit of a pick before we packed up the camp and headed back. So yeah, like I said, I haven't used this pan before. The whole intention was to use it down there, but unfortunately the fish didn't play the game. While that's heating up a little bit, this video is a little bit different, I suppose. You know, a bit of a solo trip with me and the dog for the first few days, and then I was putting a few things up on Facebook with friends to see what I was up to down there, and Nat made a comment that she was keen to come down, so yeah, we brought her down for one night. She only had the one night that she could come down. Heading to Mackay today with her sister Simone and Simone's good mate Sam. They're playing in a volleyball tournament up there, so she's going along as a part of the cheer squad team, I guess. So she had to get back to Rocky and prepare to go up there today. Pan's just starting to heat up a bit now. Won't take long, so I'm actually cooking fish and eggs this morning. I don't know whether that's everyone's suitable to everyone's palate, but something I've been eating for years. Just don't overcook the eggs. I like them a little bit runny, and as you're slicing the fish up, whether it's whiting or any fish, just dip it into the egg yolk. Beautiful. Really good meal. I don't know whether Nat would have even ate fish and eggs, but she wasn't too keen on my chicken noodles fish. Anyway, she did say that it probably would have been a bit more palatable or tasty with a bit of a curry type noodles rather than just the plain chicken noodles. As soon as that fish is a bit brown there, just roll him over. The skin's trying to get nice and brown there, that's good. So fish obviously doesn't take very long to cook. And so I'll do the fish first, and then I'll cook a couple of eggs, and I like getting some of the burnt breadcrumb over top of the egg as well. And don't overcook the eggs, like I said, keep them a bit runny. It's not a massive feed with just one whiting fillet, but it was a good quality whiting. The fishing and the crabbing was quite quiet down there. I'd tend to do a few little bits of cook-ups, but like all plans, they don't all go to plan, do they? So anyway, it was good to take you along down there and give you a bit of a look around at what's at my backyard. There's so many things we can do down on the beach. You know, we're very fortunate to live where we do. Just going to turn that off for a second while I get that fish off. I'll just let that drain while I'm doing the eggs. It doesn't take long to cook. They're nice and brown. Might crack those couple of eggs in there before I even turn that heat on. They won't take long to cook. They may even cook with the heat that's there. Oh, look at that. It's pretty hot. I don't like to toss an egg over. I like to have it the sunny side up. I think that's the term. But I might have to spread out a little bit as I put them into the pan. You can still roll them over without overcooking them too much. Might give a little bit of heat there. Righto, that's pretty well done, those eggs. Just shake that off of there. Nice little... Well, I might have overdone the eggs a little bit. Anyway. Leave that there. Yeah, I've overcooked the eggs a bit. Pretty hot, that pan. A little bit of salt and pepper. Whoop. And that's it. Some fresh whiting fillets and not so runny eggs. Well, I reckon they'll be a bit hot to eat just yet too. But anyway, I'll see how it is. Mmm. Oh, you can't beat that fresh whiting. Beautiful. Mmm. Very hot. Alright guys, that's about it for me. I've got a fair bit of cleaning up to do today.